Well, good afternoon, guys. I'm gonna do something a little different today. I'm in the kitchen. It's late at night. 8:30. Been driving all day. Went to church. Um, then went out to eat with my sister. Then been driving all day. So it's been kind of a long, busy day. And now I am meal prepping for the weeks to come. For the week to come. I ate horrible this weekend, and I could feel it in my body. But I know that I'm about to go really, really strict. And so I wanted to get some of those nasty foods out of my system. Drank a few Cokes, ate some wings, Taco Bell, hamburger, all the things that I know I'm going to be craving over the next 3 months. I'll probably have a cheat meal after about 2 weeks. But right now I'm going pretty strict. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a carb cycling diet, which is basically 3 days low carbs and then 1 day high carbs, but they're all really clean carbs. So got my veggies, some green beans, some asparagus, I got some chicken cooking. I'm fixing to make some turkey meat here in just a minute. And the idea is that I'm going to be eating about 5 to 6 times a day with really strict meals, some sweet potatoes, vegetables, and some grapefruit. Have a shake after with some gummy bears. I know this is not the road to recovery, but one of the things I've told you before is that the things that help me feel good is eating right and exercising. So tomorrow I'm going to start an exercise program that I lost some weight on and got really kind of ripped about 10 years ago, and this is the diet that went along with it. And the reason why I'm doing this is just for a challenge. I got pretty ripped last time, but I didn't follow through with it. So one of the things that I've been told over my years is that I don't follow through with things. I get started and I quit. So I really want to prove to myself that this time I can actually follow through with what I'm supposed to be doing, or what I say I'm going to do. So this is one of my first things. Nutrition and exercise are pretty easy for me to set those goals for. Something that's inside of me that's allowed me to do that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to set that. I got a meeting Tuesday with Jed, the guy from Celebrate Recovery, and he's going to set me up with a spiritual plan like I've been talking about, but we're going to actually get a book and kind of go into a little bit more details about it. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's been a rough day, or a rough couple days, honestly. There's something they talk about in the addiction community called hungry, lonely, or HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. And with my new routine, I've been really tired. And I think also some of the stuff that's going on with Alan talking to me and Bonnie, it's kind of got my mind, I don't know, kind of crazy. I kind of went back into the denial stage instead of acceptance, and it's really been kind of tough. The other thing that really hit me hard yesterday, I want to tell you all this because I don't want a myth to say that, hey, everything is okay all the time. I've had a couple of really good weeks, but there's still going to be those negative emotions that come up from time to time. And one of the big negative emotions that I was faced with yesterday was that I was doing some deliveries, and I was down at the college, and saw these girls out there having some fun and stuff like that. And I thought about my daughter and how she's their same age, and yet some of my decisions that I've made over the years have got it where she can't experience those things. So there are some long-term consequences to your behaviors and to your selfishness that that I'm still facing at this point in time, and I'm sad for her, and she's mad at me right now. She feels that I'm doing everything for show, which I can't blame her. I cycle like this sometimes. I cycle where I do things really good for a few months, maybe even 5 to 6 months, and then I quit. And right now I feel more different than I ever have, because usually when I quit, it's for somebody, it's for something. This time it is actually for myself. But you know, my behaviors over the years have kind of made it where she has the right to stay upset with me, and that's okay. I'm not doing this for her. I hope the benefit of it in the long run is that we. I hope the benefit of it in the long run is that we have a stronger relationship than ever. That's not built upon codependency and those things, because that's what it was too before the Bonnie situation. But I understand how she felt like I abandoned her during Bonnie, and I did. So you know, it's one of those consequences things that I have to do. But again, kind of talking about going back to the meal prep and kind of going back to these things that I've been talking, is that to follow through, is to continue to do those things. My biggest enemy in my life is success. So when I succeed in something, then I think I've got it. I stop doing the things that have been successful for me. So all these times that I've tried and all these times that I've changed, a lot of people think, oh, he was just putting on a show, he was doing all this type of stuff. But you could have given me a lie detector test, you could have done anything at that point in time, and I guarantee I would have passed it, because it was legit. It was really what I wanted at that time. The problem is that I fall back into thinking I've got it, and that I did it instead of God doing it. And so when you get to that point where it's about you again, and how you've done all this, and then you have a chance to fall. Like I said, I stopped doing my disciplines. I stopped, giving money to the church. I stopped reading my Bible. I stopped going to church. I stopped doing all these things. And then what ends up happening is that my world plummets again. And then I'm like, oh, God, help me. What did I do so wrong, or whatever like that? Instead of knowing that, I stopped doing the things that had gotten me successful. So, again, that's my fault. That's what I've done. So I am committing to doing things different this time. That's why I'm videoing it. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm showing people what I'm doing. I'm really feeling within myself that I really want this. And like I said, I've had a rough couple of days. My emotions have been all over the place. I don't like these feelings, but I have to feel them. I broke down and cried earlier because my mom told me, about Trinity, about how she thinks that I'm just faking, and and like I said, she has every right to be. I've really negatively impacted her life instead of being the father that I should have been. And like I said, I hope that one day that I can, my men's is staying sober and doing the things that I need to do. I failed all three of the kids that God's entrusted with me at some point with my addictions and my selfishness. Something that I have to live with, but my past doesn't define me, my future does. And so today, it's a new day. I'm getting this stuff ready. I'm excited about this new chapter of eating clean and being able to get shredded again, hopefully. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder or anything like that. It's just fun to work on things and have goals set for other things. I work today. I'll work tomorrow. Tuesday I will work a lot of days, but I've got Jed I got to meet with, and then I've got counseling, and then I have Celebrate Recovery. So things are looking up. Every day seems to be a little bit more, more busy, and it's a good busy. So like when I'm driving, I'm listening to either Christian music or I'm listening to an audio book to be able to to learn while I'm driving. So anyway, everybody have a good night. I hope you have a great week. If anybody ever has any questions on any of these videos, or they need to reach out to somebody to help them out, please, I'm more than willing to help. You know, me helping you keeps me sober. Peace.